All right. Thanks everyone for joining today's weekly update. We have this every Wednesday as usual. So today, I would like to share some of the things that we're doing at the background and some of the things that's coming for the next few days. So at least, you guys are aware what's happening in the background. Whether it's quick, whether it's slow, that's up for you guys to decide. But we would like to at least give you guys update where, you guys deserve. It's not a long list if that you're expecting that. It's not a very long list. It's quite okay, but inside each item there's actually a lot within. So the first thing, sorry, this is my phone. I put some notes there to remind myself what not to forget so that I can. Okay. So I just want to remind everyone about the testing phase for the platform. So we mentioned before there's going to be 2 phases. I know I got quite a few questions on this, so just want to address it in the recording. So there are 2 phases to the test. The first phase of the test is basically for us internally with the developers, us as in, the main team with the developers, because I'll explain what the test is for. So we have explained what we wanted. We also, we basically constantly check each function, how we want the interaction to be, how we want it to look like, or how it should work, right? So that's before testing phase. So we constantly ask the developers, okay, this is what we want, this is what they'll be. Okay, so in the testing phase is when they put this into fruition. So it means that we will check, okay, we say function A, all right, number 1, did they do it? Okay, did they do the way we want? And let's say I say I want a service column, I want a job column, I want ad column, 3 items. So 3 things here is not just the front end that they're building, they're also building the back end. So if it doesn't work like how we think it should, not only for bugs or fixes, like for example, the flow is like, oh, when we click it, we don't like it. And like, no, this is not what we meant. Or, we saw what you did previously, we should stick with that. So this is just one area of test. Once we get all those right, secondly, what we will do is check again if they actually function correctly. Do they even click the way they should? Do they load accurately? How long do they take? Different browsers. We have an i9, an i7, and an i5 and i3, so we can test on all those different processors with different speed to see how long will it take to load the platform. Is it very heavy? Depending on all this tests, it might mean that we need to change certain things during this phase 1. So the phase 1 testing actually is pretty long. How long? Again, because of these things that we mentioned, we are unable to give you guys a time, which is the reason why, a lot of developers, they would say, oh, we can't promise you time. But I think what is lacking in a lot of projects is they don't explain what is done in those situations. So for us, I think one main thing that we keep going back and forth is the escrow and the display of the token the amount that is earned on the leaderboard, on the profile, and how it would look like in the service. So we're trying to test out and see what it would look and how it would look. Why is it better like this? Is it better like that? So quite a few things that's going on. So that's phase 1. Phase 2 of the testing, that will include the community. Now, if we're very near to think that, I think no matter what, this is pretty good enough, we will get the community to start testing. That's when we'll collect people. So when we collect people to test the platform, we will also divide into a few different sectors, right? There will be people who test normal functions. It depends on the laptop that you have or the desktop that you have, or if you are a mobile user, are you willing to test on your mobile? So phase 2 is to collect feedback from the community and see if it actually works the same way that it worked for us. So depending on the result, that could be a little bit of delay, but you guys will be able to see it for yourself. I know we had some demos in the past. Right now, it's been migrated to a lot of different demo links, so it's really hard for us to show. But the old demo links is already down in case if anyone sneaked and copied the link that we told you guys not to, that actually disturbs the progress if someone does. But yeah, so phase two will be that. So when will phase two be, or how long will phase two be? Again, it depends. So we need about at least 10 to 15 people to test in different areas. It could be more. So again, these testers, they also have to commit to a schedule and let us know how they test, the results of their testing and all that. Then from the results, we also have to communicate, like see if we need to fix something or can we remove something and just go with the V1 first, because normally version 1 is very light, but our version 1 is not the light, not as light. I would say it's a lot of people's version 2 or 3. If you've seen the demo before, I believe most of you, not most, half of you who are always in different AMA tours when we had it in the past, you've seen the demo. It's not very light. It has a lot of areas, quite advanced platform. So I know there are still a lot of functions that we want that we are not planning to integrate right now. But, you know, with even the functions that we want at this very moment, it's high amount. So test, I guess that concludes phase 2, what it will be. So during phase 2, we will be able to roughly estimate if there's no major issue when we can launch the platform. So when we know the date, that's when we can do the major marketing, which brings me to the topic of marketing. Okay, so marketing, first of all, I need to let you guys know, if in case if you're not familiar with how marketing is being run, or you are, but you think of different strategy, yeah, for sure, please share. However, our strategy really is to push for the platform usage, because remember, OG token essentially, yes, we have tokens for investors to hold and invest. Ultimately, the platform is for business. So the business itself generates the trade volume. So people who invest early, and even if the holder count, well, let's say it doesn't increase, but the user on the platform is really high, it will eventually just push the price up because the trade volume goes every day. And, that's when we can activate more active buyback. To clarify, we have not used $1 of buyback just yet. Just letting you guys know, you will be able to check the information in the contract. In BSC Scan, you can find the wallet for buyback within the contract. You can click on it, you can see the activity. If you would like me to tour you guys how to check it later, I'm happy to do so that you know that we're not just saying it, right? And people might think, oh, sometimes the chart pumps so high and you guys pump it like, no, because first of all, it's been 7 days of good pumps. And actually shout out to Decibel here, Miguel. Sorry, no, that's my friend from other place. He's not here. And there is Jeffrey, he's invited today. Well, anyway, they have you guys, I think a lot of you came from different areas, but ultimately people have been really giving out all their best, especially to these people that I've mentioned. They have been helping to grow the community, to double up the numbers. It's really a lot of work that is going on from them. I don't want to claim the credit and people think that, Joey's doing it and all that. I see that, I don't feel that good because the credit is really not mine for the past few days. It's really been the community itself, and I really thank you guys for doing so. I know I stray away from marketing. I thought of giving that a shout out. So in terms of marketing, the platform launch, there's a few things that we want to do. There's one major plan, but we can't share it just yet because we are not very sure if that can be carried out in terms of funds and in terms of building that thing. So can't tell you what it is. That one plan, we have other plans, but can't tell you what that is because we're not sure yet. I don't want to say it out, promise you, and then it didn't happen. But that's a discussion at the background. Just want to let you guys know how we're spending our time. So with that, we are definitely going to consider media articles. So media articles like, important sites like Market Watch, all this, we target all this because we need to increase searchability online. So if you guys are very accustomed to marketing, you will say it is SEO, search engine optimizer. So that means that you will increase the ability for people to find you on the search engine. In order for you to do that, you need a lot of keywords. And how you generate those keywords are like things that you can put like articles in like LinkedIn, articles in like Google News, articles in like media files. So things that people can just type and find. So that would include YouTube. That can include Twitter if that person is famous enough for the keyword to pop up. But it also depends, right? That Twitter, it's a little different when it appears on Google. So media article is one of it. We will also, media article is one of it. We'll look for YouTubers. We have a long list of them. Actually, we've been constantly looking, but honestly, we don't know which one is very legit because a lot of comments look very botted. So if you have a good YouTuber that you refer to or someone that you look at, that you refer to reference for crypto, we can review those channels, check with them for prices and all that, because some of them also ask for very ridiculous price, which doesn't make sense. We'll have them arranged along with Twitter accounts. We found a few Twitter accounts that can grow the presence for sure. So that's not an issue. Lastly, very importantly, something that many projects can't do or they say that they can do is Facebook ads. And for us, we're going to do LinkedIn ads as well. So what is this about? Why people can't do? So for those who don't know, Facebook censored crypto advertisement. So anything related to crypto in general, you cannot post it as an ad. It will get taken down. Your account can be blocked, like completely blocked and blacklisted, you know? And for LinkedIn as well. LinkedIn is less stricter. But essentially, because our main business is freelance platform, there's other elements inside there for sure, but the advertisement can be very focused just on what we do. So we will have to test when we're near to the platform launch to see if it will be taken off. Because apart from manual approval of ads, there is also AI in Facebook that can delete and blacklist. So we will have to test that out. But at the background, actually, we have a few advisors that I'm very close to personally and physically. They worked in the past for Facebook. They worked in the past for YouTube. They worked in the past for LinkedIn. So a lot of them were managing ads and other services for the platform. So they were more towards the operations plus the advertisement sites. So I've gotten this from them actually because I've been scammed before. I'll just put my hand up here. I've been scammed before by people who told me that they can do Facebook ads. Their site looks legit. They even have a credit card payment, guys. And I paid through. I got scammed. I disputed as fraud. You know, I got the money back, but it was a long hassle. It was a lot of problem. Basically, it never happened like for the past project that I had. So, you know, it's not easy to get that ad there. So I want to set the expectation right with you guys. We have LinkedIn ads and Facebook ads that we will do. We will test and see if it gets taken down or blacklisted. But we have very good advice from these advisors on what to avoid and what to put, which we cannot share that openly. What is it with everybody? Because obviously this is confidential info and I can't reveal much more than that. But yes, these two will be really big for us because much more than running ads on like BSC Scan or CoinMarketCap can. There's CoinMarketCap. There is CoinGecko, but it's difficult. Not difficult, like the price is way too much. So we can get ads, banner ads on all these sites. But honestly, the click-through rate, which means someone who will actually click it, is super low. in my past experience of running it for a few projects or helping them, I used to help quite a few for just because they're legit people and I want to be able to share some info out. About $4,000 budget would get you an impression of about 2 million, which means 2 million people will probably see it. The click is about 3 digits. 2 million people will see it. You spend $4,000. You can run it however long you want to get the amount of impression, or you can make it really short to make it bang, bang, bang for big impact. There's $4,000, there's $3,000, and there is, sorry, I cannot remember the specific amount, but I remember there were a few amounts that we go through, and it's always in very low digits, the click-through rate, and it means that, the call to action from those banner ads is not exactly worth it. So that's why we were aiming for Facebook ads and LinkedIn especially, because LinkedIn is literally a place where people work, and what we want to hire on the platform, what is important for us in our platform is to get these freelancers to join, right? So freelancers are people who are looking for a job. There's also a lot of freelancers on LinkedIn. There's a good creative market in Facebook, people who are interested in crypto and people who freelance. So these two areas are really, really good if we test and, it turns out to be good. So we will show you guys when it comes up and when we're testing. What we do want to request is, when you do comment, if you see that as we're testing, when you do comment, just don't mention anything about crypto, or, if possible, try to avoid anything related to the word crypto or OG token itself. We'll talk about the platform, which is OG platform, on those ads. That's fine. But if it's a comment like that, we want to be careful. So that's marketing update for how we will do it. If you have other ideas or something, you can let us know. But that one thing that we said that we can't share right now that is in the works is actually quite mega if we are able to do it. It costs quite a bit. So earlier, I've also spoken to some investors. When I say investors, as in my angel investors from before, the one that put in a good amount of money for us to start back in November. So both of them, they have put in $70,000 just to start the project out of nothing. There were no contract, there were no company at that time, everything in November. So I've spoken to them about what we want to do and how much it will cost. So I know that, they are willing to spend a little bit on some of what we agree on something. I can't specifically mention because that's NDA. But in terms of funding, we'll be able to do that. It's just, are we able to look for the right person to do what we want to do? And how long will it take? Because we do want it to be able to push the platform. Otherwise, we might have to push that later on a little bit. Sorry, my dog. Anyway, so that's marketing update. Let me bring up partnership. Okay, so partnership. So when it comes to partnership, let me see a show of hands of people who have seen the new partners on the site. Anyone? No one? No one saw it? I'm very sad. Are you only going now? Because I think you're going right now. Sorry, my mom. She's talking. Okay, so if you look into the site, we have added new logos of our partners. In some of them, they don't have name, which we will share it out on. We will share it out tomorrow. More information about them, little by little, so that you guys can absorb information of each partner as we go. So that would make more sense for you. So what would these partnerships be? And you must be wondering, what are we actually doing with all these people? So we're still in very early stages. The people that we partner with can be anyone in the crypto industry because we are literally the central, we're calling ourselves a crypto marketing token, right? So essentially, anyone related to the crypto space would be good for us to partner. So let me explain to you in multiple ways. Projects. So when it comes to projects, if there is an official partnership between both sides, we can push each other's community for sure in the early stages. Later on, we can also work on collaboration of different ideas or even plans, or you can invite them to make an event together or something that we can do to push activity, for example, things like that. Or project owners themselves, they can be our employers on the site, which is free to sign up, by the way, just to remind everybody. There are second thing that, we can promote them for free on our platform once it goes live for the partners when it comes to projects. So if they are not projects, but they are independent agencies, so there can be different types of agencies. There could be marketing agency, there could be audit agencies, there could be all the agencies that don't have their own tokens, but essentially they do contribute to the crypto market. So what does it mean? So they would have their own business, right? They would have services that they do provide. So all these partners that we do have, the services that they do provide, we will help them to push those services as well. So when it comes to what these services provide, it can be anything. They could be having their own marketing activity as well. And people might be thinking, well, if you're also helping people with marketing, why would you sell someone's marketing? Exactly. That's why we will do it for them, because when you want to start marketing for something, or you do marketing, it's not one area or one person that will make things happen. You have to work with multiple things. You have to work with schedule. So if we work together, we're more likely to be able to form and say, hey, we've helped, let's say there's a bundle package and we have partner A, partner B, partner C, right? Doing different forms of marketing or media, for example. So we sell the package to other projects who want to use it. And essentially, usually projects, what they will do is they will look for all these sources independently. But for us, we'll gather our partners in one package. And in that package, we'll work together, right? Although we're in different areas, and say, hey, do you think this is better if I do this first, if I do that first? And we can work together, come up with strategy, and provide more value when it comes to those marketing sources. So that's what is important, to have those partners. You might not see many actions coming from them in the chart, but it's in the long term. It's not a short-term thing. So it's things that we can do, things that we can create, things that can bring activity, but it really depends on how we use it, when they're free, if we can. So I would say the whole week we've been talking to different people about partnership, or people approaching us for partnership. There's even people approaching us for funding because they've heard of the elite club. And I have to turn down a few projects that I feel like, I'm sorry, they seem scammy. I mean, yeah, sure, they have their picture, I can find them, but I can't gel. So had to turn them down. And just tomorrow and Friday, I think I have close to 7 calls, but every day, we will spend 30 minutes to 1 hour, depending on the conversation, every single day, like with different people. Sometimes it's those are scheduled calls. Sometimes it's like, hey, are you free now? Let's get on a call now. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss. Let's see what we can do. What can you offer? What can I offer? When, at which point, and what's the benefit of us doing this? These are not easy conversations, and those do take time. And I hope that, the community will understand. Sometimes that could be Jawan and I are quite quiet. He's on the other end. He's actually getting some stuff done with someone on the other end as well. And I am here. We just came back from actually speaking to the advisors as well as the investors separately. So, we might not be around for a few hours here and there, peekaboo, but as much as possible, we'll be here. Don't worry, we'll answer. But yeah, that's what's happening at the background. Essentially, I know that you are expecting maybe a confirmed date, which I am really sorry. I explained earlier why we couldn't, but I also want to let you guys know that we're not just working on one thing. We're not working on, it's just one thing and our brain can multitask. No, that's not true. We have 24 hours a day, and the developers, they don't work longer than we do. in a way. So in between, while waiting for your developers when they're fixing stuff as well, we get on calls. So we do multiple things at once. So it's not just one thing. We are hoping to give you guys more updates every now and then for more things for sure. But you will see that every now and then, for sure, in the pin messages or the announcement channels, you find an update. If you have questions, as usual, the chat is open. If you don't feel comfortable asking in the chat, you can DM either one of us. We'll be happy to answer. Had one question from the community earlier. I think they're a bit new. So they asked will the contract be audited in any time in the future? Well, honestly, we can audit it. We don't have to, whichever. But right now, we're not spending the amount to audit because the contract is actually developed by Trinos himself. You can verify and, ask Trinos if you want, but that might annoy him. But you can check. I'm sure we can find something for you guys to check, or you can ask, whichever you like. But the contract is audited. No, sorry, not audited. It's deployed by Trinos himself. Trinos is a very well-known developer, as many of you know. He's not just a developer, he's also an auditor. So he's the one who created that. Hence why we delayed that. We had a audit for V1, but unfortunately due to the pair issue, which I don't believe is the audit's fault, because it's an uncommon BUSD pair issue that they didn't pick up. So it had issue. So that audit, we don't count that as an audit anymore because we have migrated and we have recoded it differently, hence why. But we did work with Trinos to make this happen. So I think those are the few things I have for update for now. But I will always be in the community. So if you guys have any questions here, please feel free to ask. And if you guys don't want to ask on the mic, you can ask on the chat. Actually, I saw Decibel ask, you guys thought about marketing on Yahoo Finance? Yeah, for media release, yes, but for ads, no. Ads on Yahoo Finance, again, the click-through rate is actually not so good. There is a site that does this accumulated ads where they spread throughout some big legit sites, and the impressions are collected from different areas. So if you want to go directly at Yahoo Finance, the charges are very different. So if you split it out, it's different, but the click-through rate is really not that good. But the media article, as mentioned in the beginning, that we will go on publications and all that. Yes, we are considering Yahoo Finance. We are considering Market Watch. Benzinga, we were trying to check the price for Bloomberg, but Bloomberg seems to be a bit too expensive for now. If we're going to do what we want to do. Which is the a plan that we are not confirmed just yet. Yeah, sorry. I'll leave the floor to you guys to ask questions. Oh, thank you so much, Richard. Sniff, sniff. Makes all the sleepless night very worth it. Keep hustling, you'll get there. Thank you. Will do. To everyone else that's tuning in, do you guys have anything you want to suggest, anything you want to ask, clarify, happy to at any time. Don't worry. We don't bite. I might ban. I'm kidding. Ban hammers out for fun. Yeah. No one. No one asking questions. Okay, that went quicker. Okay, John is typing. Let's see if John has a question. If John has a question. Shanbei or Shanbi, sorry. It's typing as well. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. This, you noticed in the beginning. Yes. Yes, sorry. Yes, this is what I forgot. No wonder I felt like I forgot something. So we promised to send this out last week. I'm so sorry. We were so caught up with all the work and also bad traffic. Well, I'm really sorry. This is like sincere apologies. But we do have the mask already for the past 3 weeks ish. I'm sorry. It's been with us. But we will send it out on Friday, right? We sent out the mask on Friday. Yeah, Friday. Yeah, Friday. So we are individually packing it and then we are sending it on Monday. If anybody still wants it, the form is still available. Thank you so much, John, for reminding because it is in our plan for Friday. I forgot to mention it. Sorry. Sorry, guys, who have been waiting. It's definitely my bad. Bad time management. Have you guys seen it, though, for the rest? Pretty cool. Ta-da! It's free, by the way, guys. You don't have to buy it. Just in case if you want it, it's free. But we're only sending one per person, so it's for marketing purposes. We're collecting photos. If you guys would like to take photos with the mask, it would be appreciated, and we'll collect them in different collates and then put it on our platform one day. T-shirt. Need family pack. For Luna, we're sending the whole box because he has an physical office, and Luna's been here for since before launch. So he has a clinic that he can put it for his customers. So it would be nice to have the word around his town, like ojitoken.io. Yeah, the shirt. We are not printing any shirt for giveaway just yet. We probably have to. I've looked into merchandising. It's expensive and actually the whole process is a bit long. So it's on our lower priority end right now, but it doesn't mean that we'll not do it. I will distribute them. Have random people wearing them. Yeah, take a picture of them though, Luna, if you could. I'm serious though. Like, oh, you want this? I'll take a photo. And now you go. That will be funny. Okay, take a photo. Oh, no photo? Give me back. Next. I'm kidding. But that would be funny. For the MJ, no. Nah. Decibel, no. The fact that Jawad even made that sticker just ticks me off. Like, I don't even want it. But there's one for DM him as well, so you guys should use that and not me. I'm very forgetful. Sometimes I just forget things halfway. So, yeah. It's nice to engage with you guys. And Shanbi or Shanbei, you took a really odd moment of me doing this in the mask. So, can you retake that? Because that looks weird. Girl being a girl. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I'll leave this open for a few more minutes to see if you guys have any questions or things you want to talk about. If you have, we'll be here to answer. If you don't, then we will close the conversation in a few minutes, but it doesn't mean that we're disappearing. We'll still be in the chat. Maybe we'll reply a little bit late because I've got some catch up to do at the background. Today is we've been out the whole day talking about stuff, so a lot of DMs not answered and things not checked or forgotten. So in case if any of you is one of them, I'm really sorry. Just remind me again or just ping me again because I'm really bad with replies, sometimes I get distracted and then I jump to the next one, then I forgot the last one. I have a book though. I'm not lying about it. I do have a book that I write things on, but yeah, it's all in scribbly words. So I have a few here and there. It's very scribbly. So I will put things that I forget or people that I need to reply to on one side of things I need to do. No questions? Oh. Yeah. Okay. If that's the case, I have one thing that I do want to remind you guys, which is the Crypto Expo plan. So far, I think, I'll be honest with you guys. We've been reaching out to a lot of projects for sure about this. I'm not sure if it's okay. So there are a few factors perhaps that even some interested projects could not join. One, it's difficult for them at the moment because trade volume generally in a lot of longer projects is not so good. So they do want to spend their funds on priority, like let's say things like development or salary, things like that. And hold on, let me reply to this first. Yeah, so this is the one that I've just written reminder about. One, perhaps funding. Two, Crypto Expo being physical and known to real legit licensed business or people. I think the idea might scare some out. I'm not sure of their commitment level to their project in that situation. So I think it's a bit difficult because the really, really rich projects, they probably want to do it themselves, but they don't get to. But doesn't mean that we're giving up, just letting you know some challenges that we're having at the moment. It could be different strategy that we need to try. So we appreciate if you guys want to share some strategies or help refer those Expo series out for projects to know. And if you do, and if we manage to close those sales, one, the sale will be in OG token. Two, you'll get 10% referral when we book the booth and confirm the slots. Why I say that is because in case if we don't book in time and the slots are taken, we have to refund fully to the people who have paid us. So we can't pay the referral until we confirm otherwise. But then after that, we will have to send those referrals up. Okie dokes. So I know there isn't much questions or things from the community, but this is this week's update. We'll catch in for next week's update. We do have an AMA this Saturday with one of our new partners that is not on the website just yet. Mm-hmm. So there's something that they did for us, which is really nice of them as well. And Sunday, I think we'll head over to their community, if I got the time zone right. Yeah. So stay tuned. We'll keep you guys updated as usual. And let's keep connected in the chat. See you guys. I'll say bye now. I'll hang up, okay? Okay.